There we go. Just got to push the right button. It's that simple. Welcome once again to the Beer Native Advent Calendar unboxing and review. In this one, it's day 11, and I am radically losing track. I'm even forgetting to write down. So I'm just going to say there's no way I'm going to be able to start every episode by saying how many beers we've had, but we've had a lot of really quite cool UK ones. So we've had Verdant from down in Cornwall. We've had Whiplash. Is it UK? Is it not UK? It's in Dublin. It's super cool. We've had Wylam from Newcastle, Polly's from North Wales, etc. But we've also been introduced to some really interesting breweries from France and Poland and from Spain, and it's been a really quite cool and exciting journey so far. And let me just bring up the usual page to introduce you the Advent Calendar. If this is the first one that you've watched, which seems highly unlikely, but if it is, thanks, welcome. If it isn't, it's the ultimate Advent Calendar from Honest Brew. This came after a whole bunch of, I don't know, questions and research from friends to say which one do you think is your best, which one are you buying. There's a lot of people doing, like, some people are DIYing and making their own. Some people are just buying one like this. And there was, I think, I'll do a different Advent Calendar every year. I've even got an idea. I think I might keep the box and give it to somebody as a gift, because the little drawers, like, you can reuse them. So I'm going to hold on to this. I'll put like Steve Brew over the word honest, and I will give this to somebody as a gift next year. So there you go. Be nice to me on the chat, and maybe you get a calendar sent to you in the post. I'll say good evening and good morning to those people in the chat. Hey, Mers Beers. Hey, Fermented Nerds. Thank you. That's awesome that there's people. Oh, Polly's is extremely North Wales. Yeah, exactly. Polly's is like, I can't get Polly's where I am. I always have to order it. I've never seen it in a shop over here in the east of Midlands. It doesn't seem to come here. So I was super happy that I got one back in the Advent Calendar. All right, so I lost my cup. Oh no! Oh no! My diligent wife has removed my glass. She came in and did a sweep of my mess and took the glass I had ready for today away. That's gonna mess things up. I might have to improvise. That's no good. All right. Do I have one even back on my shelf? I do. I can improvise. All right, great. All right. That was close, right? I normally have a whole load of glasses in here, and that all works out, except when, my wife doesn't watch these. She's not much of a beer fan, even though she used to work in a brewery. I kind of feel like that's probably why she's not much of a beer fan. When she did marketing. But I think what is nice is that I can say she's been very supportive of all this kind of insanity. Because particularly when I get a particularly strong beer and I walk out and suddenly I'm like, hey, this is like, some of the Imperials 11.5 have been, let's say, pretty wacky. All right, I'm going to add the second cam. There we go. Let's put you on mute so it doesn't explode with feedback. Here we are. Bottle. Old Skull. What? Oh my goodness, it's a barley wine. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's a barley wine in peated whiskey barrels from La Pirata Brewing. I don't know them, but it's called Old Skull Fellows, which means it's going to be pretty high on the booze mahal level. And it's a craft. So barley wine has been around for centuries. The idea that it's cool again, it's kind of cool. It's a little bit like, it's wine, but made with grain instead of fruit. There you go. That's a barley wine. That's the easiest thing we're going to run into. And fair question, am I going to run into sediment again? I don't know. This is this could be trouble. I'm trying to find the stats. Oh, all right. This is going to be hardcore. It's a 13.2%. Oh, man. My viewers are being far more tame for a Friday. Thankfully, it's landed on a Friday. It's a 60 IBU. Little off the charts. I'm going to get a glass over here and close this. Thank you for your patience. Watchers both now and in the future. And this will be funny for Wally if you're watching. I have a few plastic cups just kicking around back there, but these plastic cups are actual plastic cups I bought drinks from in 1999 at the final game at Maple Leaf Gardens. These are the actual plastic cups I bought drinks in. Oh, yeah, I should do this too. There you go. Pretty cool, right? And then the bad news. Yeah. Bonkers. Looking a little flustered today. It's Friday. It's okay. So what are we going to do about that? Well, let's look up La Parata Brewing. Let's see if feel free to chime in. Let's do that here. Are they just barley wine people? Or are they all over the place? Do they do lots of things? And let's share that up. Because I don't know them. Oh, there we have it. I would like it to translate into English if it's not in English, because my Spanish is terrible. I know how to order beer and then order more beer. They've got a gin, they've got a hop, they have cool t-shirts. They've got a beaten stick, whatever that thing is there. They've got a lot of interesting, oh, they do, okay, so they've got a lot of quite cool beers there and good art. Pastry sour ale, yeah. Cherry cola, interesting. There's one for cola beer, Wally. Yeah, right, this all looks very crafty and cool. There's a glass I really should have bought. Let's open it up. And let's assume that I was smart enough to place an opener nearby. And I was, because I have one on my keychain. Lucky me, right? I like that this is probably super anal. Let's make sure it doesn't explode. Cap color matches the theme of the bottle. Seems like nothing. Oh, I didn't put the, let's do this. You don't need to see these guys anymore. That's what I meant. Cap color, bottle color. I like that attention to detail. Catalonian. So maybe, what if they're connected to the Calavera guys? Good beer, though. There's a really good craft beer bar in Barcelona, if you're there. Not just one, but one I like. That's probably more a better statement. Wow, it actually smells just like wort, like unfermented, really, really like non-beer beer, like pure. There's a bit of a bit of roasty to it. Does it tell me anything about it? Is there details that I can derive an opinion from? Let's get the light on. I'm all backlit. Nope. This says this beer is subversive. All right, I'll give them that. That's accurate. There's some Spanish on here I can't read. But no, well, I can read beer Spanish, and there's nothing informative for that. Okay, we're just gonna have to go for it. It's just you and me. This is probably gonna foam because beer in a plastic glass is a bad idea, but it's gonna work. All right, actually, it looks really harmless. Whoa, that is super smoky. Mersey beers. Was it you said you like smoky beers? Ding dong. This is super. It is, yeah, they nail it. Like, so the peated whiskey barrels has not gone unnoticed. I am a huge fan of Lafroig in Isla. I went there and I did a tour, and the guy who does the tour, if he's still doing it, was one of the original kids that used to cut the peat. He can show you a picture of himself in the history book of Lafroig. And it's like that. It is like I'm drinking a whiskey, but a slightly sweeter one. Wow. Yeah. So if you don't like whiskey, you're going to hate this. But if you do, like I do, like I did a whole, if you know where Isla is, you probably don't know. It's like, it's spelled Islay, like Islay, if you don't speak, I don't know, United Kingdom. It's just an island with hardly anything on it. It's pretty much made of peat. And Beaumont, Lafroig, Lagavulin, Bruichladdich, they're all they're all like next to each other. They're all on one island, and you can take your bicycle to them. They're all that close. So if you ever want to do a single malt whiskey tour, that is awesome. That place. All right, I'm putting that down because it's not that carbonated. So I feel I can probably put it back in the fridge and not have it completely blow my socks off by drinking half a bottle of wine before I even walk in and get a bite to eat. Let's rate it up. How's the art? Top notch, I would say. It's intimidating. It's crafty. Their website looks ace, and I like it. And the cap matched, so I'm going to give it extra points there too. So it's going to get an 8 on art and packaging. It is on uniqueness, pretty good actually. The idea of a barley wine that well, it says aged in peated whiskey barrels, but people say things like they put them in these barrels and they did that and they blew on it with a magic dust, and Justin Timberlake looked at it once. They say these things, but then you don't taste them. They have no real effect. It just sounds like marketing. Not at all here. I'm drinking a peated whiskey barrel that tastes a bit like a kind of, and some beer. So I'm going to give it a 5 on unique, and I'm going to give it a 4 on accuracy. I'm really liking it. And I've only drank a sip, so it's not like the 13.2% going in my head. So now we're at 17, and I really liked it. Like I liked it like whiskey liked it. Wow, it's pretty good. 17 plus 9 is 26. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to give it a 26 out of 30. It's like almost a 4.5 out of 5. Big fan. This is going to be one I'm going to look them up and see what else they do. See if they ship to the UK, right? Let's try and jam that order in before we Brexit and balls all that up. Nice going, world. So there we go. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to do either 4.25 or 4.5 on Untapped, and I love that. Just a quick recap. An absolutely outstanding La Pirata Brewing Old Skull Fellas barley wine in peated whiskey barrels, 13.2%, and I am a fan. All right, going to cut it all off. And thank you once again for watching. Thanks, Mersey Beers. Thanks, Fermented Nerds. If you are watching this after the really rubbish HD version that YouTube crushed up and spat out, then you should be able to see the live chat down the side. Go click on Fermented Nerds because he's doing a kind of DIY, more of a lottery kind of calendar, which is pretty good. All right, that is the end. And also check the chat, because Mersey Beers and Fermented Nerds say good things. It's almost as entertaining, or perhaps more entertaining, than what I'm saying. All for now. I will see you tomorrow on Saturday around the same time. I can decide the time tomorrow, which is pretty amazing. So I will do it at exactly the same time. It's going to be at 6 p.m. UK time, and whatever that is, wherever you are. I will catch you there for day 12. Thanks for watching.